There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken in at the 1.
Let's go. The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Yo, 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 go, go.
36. He's checking.
Now.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
91.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Go.
Staying open.
Leo, get it.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Go.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That's taken on the 25. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Come on, 180.
Tight into the right. Move. Hey,
They'll run on 1st down. It's Newman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Trubisky. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Fielded at the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go.
I got you. Mike 3. Combo. Better bring it.
5.
They're going to look to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Undercrush. Check. Lucky.
Look. Squeeze.
Fresno.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. 14 yards. Good for a Packer first down.
Packers first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready, set.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. McCaffrey. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Christian McCaffrey. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Trubisky. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
It's easy work.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Topper.
Single receiver.
Hey, Haywood. Big grip.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready. 15 Ronnie. 15 Ronnie. Recon, 132 fighter. Yes. On the hit it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
You're out. Snap.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Gold maybe not blessed with the strongest leg in the league, but he might be the most accurate. 2 for 2 from 50-plus a year ago, and he converts another one here.
Yeah, you don't want to play horse with Robbie Gold as a kicker. That guy can maneuver a football with his foot.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Let's go.
They're on 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Switch.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
8 read. Fair. Check. 61, matchbox lights. Go.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Switch it.
Look at me. Zipper.
2nd and 11. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays.
Hey.
Combo. Guys, it's game.
Ready, go.
Let's go.
Hey, Sam off. Hey. High step by.
They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll try the left side. It's Newman. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Throwing here, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Patrick Owasor coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Shoot.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
I got you.
Ready?
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Go.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day. Hey, check 20.
2nd and 10. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Say. Check. Crunch.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Too little, Hey,
it. Rock, rock it, rock it.
Kill, turn up.
6-6, bullet high.
0-0, Mike free. Watch the backer, watch the backer.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
You ready?
Mike, we go 25.
Blue draw forces.
Watch the block, watch the block. Watch the block, motion, block. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Get it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here we go, set. 15, line it. 15 line. Hard.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Got it.
Forward, Mike, forward. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Let's go.
Now that'll be caught by Cobb. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Go.
That's mine. I got him.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
25 for Mike.
Yo, faster. 5.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Gold is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
On 2nd and inches, Trubisky The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Trubisky to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 46. And his kick is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Trubisky on first down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hey, watch 13, watch 13. But, gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
On third down, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. He's going to launch it for Washington. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. James Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Switch. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
General West.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And now it's third down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
On first down, Newman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Yeah.
At 25 the mic. We're going to hit it.
2nd and 5. Going up top for Kupp. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Set, ready. Gator. Hey. Get it.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Set 70, Indy.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Go.
Mike 4. Pick it up.
Yep.
Pick it up. Mike 4.
Look at me. Go.
Dudes.
Hey, orbit.
They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Packers. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
I got two.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check line 54. Line 54. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now a give right side. It's Newman, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Going up top for Kupp. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah McKenzie that time, and it's 3rd down.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Forced out to his left. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run on 1st down. Newman, and able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Clap, clap.
Now a give, right side. It's Newman. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 50 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, still on his feet. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
2nd and 8 at the Packers' 9-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 16-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
61, matchbox lights. No. Now.
He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way.
In your face.
0-0, Mike free. Go. Get.
He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Check tight. Watch the safety creep.
Back to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal.
22 jet bomber.
It's our turn. Mike 4. Man, I got you. Mike 4. Take over.
He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd, carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. And that'll set him back 5. Gold to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
At the 45-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Trubisky to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. Yeah, they'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, Sam off. Check. Go.
They'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. This is McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about you. Throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Newman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Watch the slack.
This is Carson, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the